I know that when people look for information, they immediately go to Google and they do a Google search, and the first result that comes up is where they're going to go look for information. They want instant information about your company, so having a great digital presence and a fantastic website is one of the best investments we can make.
And so for us, we were looking for partners who had their finger on the pulse of the digital world and could give us a heads up on what's coming, but also help us adapt when we need to adapt.
It was just so obvious that the U.S. Digital Partners team was really smart, really trustworthy. We'd had a couple bad experiences with other companies, so I'd been burned a little bit. And I just knew when I worked with U.S. Digital Partners that these guys are the real thing.
You know what's fun with working with U.S. Digital Partners is they are like members of your team. They become very compassionate, very engaged. They're energized by our conversation. And it's obvious when you sit in a meeting and they're sitting right there with you and you feel the energy as you start to talk, they start throwing ideas, and truly working with them, I think they get entrenched in our business and our personalities and the personality of the business, and they really want it to be successful. They really want that website to represent who we are and what we are.
When we first met, I could just tell they were different from the other web developers that I'd met with. They were genuinely interested in downtown Cincinnati. They were knowledgeable, they'd done their homework. They had some insights that I didn't have, and this is something that I live and breathe every day. And I was really impressed with that and intrigued.
Yeah, I think probably the big thing is they do think like business owners and brand owners, and so they didn't view our relationship as an agency working for our business. They really viewed themselves as part of our team, and that's one of the things that stuck out is they were helping us think through kind of business issues and solutions versus just a website solution.
I do think of U.S. Digital Partners as a very innovative company because they always anticipate what I'm going to need, which is really comforting to me because then I don't have to keep up to date on all of that technology because they do it for me. And they come to me and say, it's really time for a mobile app, or we need to add some video to your website.
From top to bottom, from the owners at U.S. Digital Partners all the way to the new employees, they're people that they're really fun to work with and enjoyable to be around, and that is hard to replicate. And so they have a really strong corporate culture in that way, and you can tell they are passionate about their work and enjoy the work they're doing. They're passionate about their clients like us.
It's really a strategic partnership, so when we have anything in the digital space that we need help with, they're our first call.
We're now working on our 4th website in 2 years, and we recently just added SEO and Google AdWords, and we're seeing tremendous results.
I would say U.S. Digital Partners always exceeds my expectations.
I was fortunate enough to Google, and I found U.S. Digital Partners, and it's just been a great partnership ever since.
U.S. Digital Partners helped us release our website at the beginning of this year's selling season. And for our equipment companies, this has been the best year we've had in the history of the company. So, bravo.
We've had the best year that we've had in the history of our company. And there's no doubt that that success can be attributed to our online and digital presence and our advertising, which U.S. Digital plays a very big role in.